I scaled this DTC brand to 8 figures. And here's what actually works. When one of my clients came to me, they were making just under 7 figures per year, and within 4 months they have hit 8 figures by implementing key changes and optimizing their ad strategy for scale. Today, I want to share you my insights on what I've learned working with them during this major growth period. So let's start with the most important one, the offer. The client had a product market fit but was struggling with scaling. From the previous experience, I told him that he needs to start bundling the products. So that's exactly what the first test in the backend was. Instead of selling just 1 month supply, we created 2-month and 3-month bundle and used price anchoring to make people pick 3-month offer. 3-month was looking like a no-brainer decision from a customer perspective, and the take rate of that bundle was over 80%. You can imagine what impact on the margins extra $50 had. Yes, our CPA went up a bit, but not to the extent that we managed to increase the AOV. Basically, that alone just allowed us to spend more on the Facebook side, which immediately unlocked the first stage of the scale. While that was done in the backend, I started making moves in the ad account. Client was testing in a CBO, and most spend were going to 2 best ads and ad sets. I mean, the performance was good, but no new tests were getting traction, and those new ads were actually pretty good ads. I moved those ads to ABO and gave them dedicated budget. These ads immediately started popping off, which allowed us to unlock a new level of scale. I need to highlight that I still think Facebook knows best on where it should spend money, but in this case, new tests were not getting much traction. If percentage of hit rate of new tests was bad, I would keep the CBO, but with a high percentage of new tests and hit rate, by scaling these good tests, I was able to offset the bad performance of the bad tests and wasted budget. So basically, the scale of good tests was more important than the wasted budget of the bad tests. Next on the list was to unlock some new angles. The client ads and messaging were talking about generic problem, and that was decent enough. But for the next level of growth, I did a deep dive of his customer reviews and comments of the ads, and I identified 2 core groups of people, or let's say avatars, to which we switch most of the messaging. We initially built static ads toward those avatars and soon identified key phrases or key messages to which these avatars would react. We then moved these messages to videos, and after having a good video performer from those angles, we built advertorial around them. This way, both image and video ads were congruent with a landing page that also spoke about the same avatar. Even the problem and the image of those landing pages were about these avatars. We again saw another bump in our spend and revenue levels. So the scale is never happening just like this. It's okay, you reach another level of scale, you do the same, then you unlock a new thing. But let's get back to the ad account. I realized that the performance on the weekend in this ad account was always better. So I dive deeper. I noticed that conversion rate just improves over the weekend, which made performance better. But I could not know how much better performance could be and how much I should scale on the weekend. So I started playing with manual bits. I moved all of my winning ads with the post ID to one Advantage Shopping Plus campaign and set my CPA or my cost cap at my target CPA. Initially, I started with a conservative budget, but when I noticed it spent super profitably during the weekend, I started bumping the budget. Currently, that campaign budget sits at $20K, just in case it can spend a lot during the weekend. So let's say during Tuesday, that campaign spends like 3, 4, 5K, but then on a weekend, it spends 15K, just because conversion rate is higher. This way, I'm actually maximizing the efficiency during the high conversion rate periods. And it works like a charm because that gives me another bump during the weekend, both in revenue and in efficiency. Now let's get back to creatives again. The client was mostly running basic images and UGC ads, but I pushed him to get some VLCs, unboxing videos, ads with older demographics. In other words, I pushed him for creative diversification. While I cannot put a number next to the success of this strategy, I noticed our rolling reach in the ad account is actually staying the same despite us spending way higher than previous months. This tells me this strategy is working, as we are always reaching a different pocket of the audience with a different angles and with the different ad styles. Learning number 6 is actually close related to the previous point. I told my client how our internal brand had a huge success with whitelisting, and this is something we definitely need to try for her. We found a few people willing to provide access to their Facebook and Instagram pages, and we start running ads under those handles. So regular creators are usually hit or miss, but authority creators are bringing some serious results, which is not a surprise to me at all. Basically, people trust more to someone who's an expert in the space. So our next move is to find more authorities and also build advertorials coming from these experts so the whole customer journey is aligned. Thing number 7 is not something that I suggested, but we actually saw a nice growth from it. It is just opening new market. Client has ability to ship worldwide, so we just took our existing best ads and funnels, adjust them into terms of sizing and wording, and run ads to new countries. An easy next step was Australia and the UK, and we are currently testing Europe and Middle East. It's super underrated strategy as you already have the product market fit, it exists, as well as you have the winning ads. You just need a bit more tweaking on the funnel side, but these new markets are a great addition. They're not necessarily so scalable, but they are definitely a nice addition in terms of the revenue and efficiency. And the final thing and learning that I will share today is similar to the previous point, but instead of opening new countries, it's opening new channels. Considering the client is selling to older demographic, we started with AppLovin recently. To be honest, I was skeptical about it, considering it's a similar type of traffic as an audience network placement on Facebook, which is usually a bad performing placement, but I was wrong. We managed to reach half of Facebook spend within 3 weeks, which is really amazing. And again, the process is super simple and low effort. Taking winning Facebook ads on a weekly basis, cutting them to be under 60 seconds and launching them on AppLovin. It's all launched with a target ROAS or cost cap, so basically there's a low chance that something would not work. Even if it does not work, you just kill the ad, but taking the winners is super easy step. I hope this type of content that's slightly out of Facebook was still helpful to you guys. I just wanted to showcase that I act as a growth partner for my clients, not just a guy that's clicking the buttons inside the Facebook Ads Manager. If you want the same level of support so we can scale your business and your ad account, just book a call with me below or apply for the free audit of your ad account. See you guys.